David Baldacci's Nash Falls is a high-stakes thriller about family estrangement, corruption, and redemption. It follows Walter Nash, a polished finance executive whose life collapses after his estranged father's funeral, pulling him into FBI investigations, corporate secrets, and dangerous betrayals. Nash Falls opens with Walter Nash, a wealthy but emotionally distant finance executive, attending the funeral of his estranged father, Tiberius Ty Nash. The event is chaotic, dominated by Ty's Vietnam veteran friends and his best friend, Isaiah Shock York, who humiliates Walter publicly. The funeral stirs unresolved wounds about masculinity, respect, and Walter's fractured family ties. His wife Judith and daughter Maggie are present, but their emotional distance underscores Walter's isolation. Almost immediately after the funeral, Walter's carefully managed life begins to unravel. The FBI approaches him, hinting at corruption and financial crimes tied to his firm. At the same time, unsettling deaths linked to his company surface, and poisonous secrets inside his own home threaten to destroy the fragile stability he has built. Walter is forced into a fight he never chose, where institutions fail him and enemies rewrite his story. The novel introduces a cast of complex characters. Judith Nash, Walter's wife, emotionally distant yet central to his unraveling. Maggie Nash, Walter's daughter, caught between loyalty and disillusionment. Shock York, Ty's best friend, a Vietnam veteran who embodies raw masculinity and becomes a foil to Walter. Rhett Temple and Barton Temple, powerful figures tied to corruption and manipulation. Rosie Parker and Victoria Steers, women whose roles complicate Walter's personal and professional life. Reed Morris and Lynn Ryder, allies and adversaries who blur the line between friend and foe. Themes: family estrangement and emotional disconnection. Walter's fractured relationship with his father drives the emotional core. Corruption and moral compromise. The thriller explores how power and greed infect institutions. Identity and transformation. Walter must decide what kind of man he will become when stripped of privilege. Power and manipulation. Enemies exploit perception, forcing Walter to fight for truth. Redemption. The novel asks whether Walter can protect his family and reclaim integrity. Climax and resolution. The climax builds as Walter uncovers the depth of corruption tied to his firm and the FBI investigation. Betrayals from within his circle force him into a desperate confrontation, where survival depends on redefining himself not as a polished executive, but as a man willing to fight for truth and family. The resolution is tense and bittersweet. Walter protects those he loves, but at great cost, and the scars of estrangement remain. The novel closes with a sense of transformation. Walter Nash is no longer the man he was at the funeral, but someone forged by crisis and redemption. Style and reception. Baldacci's prose is fast-paced, cinematic, and emotionally charged, blending corporate intrigue with family drama. Readers have praised Nash Falls for its shocking twists, layered characters, and exploration of masculinity and redemption, making it one of Baldacci's most personal yet suspenseful thrillers. Bottom line, Nash Falls is a gripping thriller about a man forced to confront family estrangement, corruption, and betrayal, perfect for fans of Baldacci's blend of suspense and emotional depth.